What's going on, guys? Handsome Home Buyer here. And for the first podcast of 2021, we went big, huge. I brought together 5 of the top real estate professionals on Long Island in a rapid fire speed dating format, 10 minutes a pop, and you are going to love it. Anything from finance to architecture to one of the top 200 home builders in the country. You want it, you need it, you asked for it. Handsome delivers. Check it out. All right, so in my dating life and my men, I appreciate the younger ones, and I also appreciate the little bit more mature ones. With that said, our next guest, Mr. Dave Mammina. Now, Mr. Mammina, can you hear me over there?
Sure can. How you doing, sir?
I'm great, thank you. I want to give a quick introduction to you, and then I want you to fill the people in kind of about what your background and what you do. But
Sure.
so, I want to tell you I'm very impressed that you got this whole high-tech thing going, because I myself struggled with this tremendously. So thank you. David Mammina is an absolute architectural legend, specializing in assisted living. Him and I are working on a number of projects together right now with his firm H2M, which he's a partner, which is H2M the largest in New York State?
Not quite the largest in New York State, but I mean, there are some monster giants, but right now in New York State, we're the 26th largest firm, and we've got 500 employees now. We're multidisciplined. We have 7 offices, and of our 500 employees, almost 200 of them are architects. And then, of course, we have MEP, fire protection. We do sewage treatment. I heard Mr. Menino speaking about that. I've got a couple of thoughts and things on that as well. So it's very diversified. Yeah, no, I mean, for any of my commercial development, H2M is the architecture firm that I use for everything, and they've done an unbelievable job. So in about 1 to 2 minutes, if you can give people kind of a background of your extensive experience, where you came from, what you specialize in, and what you currently do now. Sure. I guess I've been very fortunate, in my career, to have a very varied background. There's virtually not a building type that you could name that I haven't done, and done on a firsthand basis. I worked for a very large firm in the city when I first got out of school, and then after that I went to a smaller firm, about 14 people, and I was there for 9 years, and I mean that was where I really earned my my stuff there, and I learned an enormous amount. I left there after 9 years, and I went into my own practice, which I had for 28 years before H2M then purchased my firm in 2013. So we're going into our 8th year there now. And as a result of that, as you said, assisted living, nursing homes, healthcare. I mean, that certainly is a specialty. When I went into practice in 1987, I said, okay, where will there always be a need for architecture? And I said, that's healthcare. But at the same time, I do an enormous amount of multifamily residences, buildings. I mean, right now we have a 15-story building under construction, poured in place concrete in Manhattan, on York Avenue and 86th Street, and I've done 30-story high-rise in Jersey City for the Left Rack organization. I've probably done about 5,000 units of housing for them. But at the same time, we'll do we've got a 36 unit townhouse project. That's fine. We do churches, we do synagogues, office buildings. Pretty much anything that you need. We're the private sector real estate department within H2M, which has many different factions within it. So, I mean, obviously you've been around a long time. You've seen a lot of different, changes in market cycles. Actually, before I go into there, the one thing I wanted to say to you, which always impressed me the most, is even how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? 67. So 67 years old. When I work with you, your passion for what you do just kind of, radiates. And with no disrespect,
at your age or at any age, it's very, very rare that you meet people that truly love what they do. Like, you're sending me emails on like a Tuesday at 11 o'clock at night about, architecture and designs and things that we're doing. And it's awesome to be a part of.
Yeah. And I say, this is my happy place here, and it always has been, to me, architecture, is not a job. It's not even necessarily a profession per se. It's a way of life. And it's not a 9 to 5 thing. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In order to really, to have the type of background and experience that I've been so fortunate, to be exposed to, and at the same time, to take advantage of.
So, being on Long Island and doing this for so many years, what have you seen as far as the construction trends? How are things changing? How is COVID kind of impacting, what municipalities are looking for, what industries are starting to, really rise and excel, and what kind of developments do you see developers doing?
Well, we've been fortunate. I've been fortunate, as one of the partners, as one of the market leaders in private sector real estate, that I haven't really seen a slowdown. And even our larger projects, and we have a 238 unit housing project in Oceanside that's under construction now, and that's got a construction manager, Racanelli, is working that, and we're still pretty much on schedule. I mean, that was a big push, on their side. That part doesn't have a lot, to do with me per se, but the vast majority, almost 100% of my clients are owner builder developers like you, Charles, or Engel Berman is a group that we do a huge amount of housing, and assisted living, for. So their funding streams, are available still, and they've continued to move forward, with projects. I mean, the File organization, which is Andrew Ratner and Jeffrey File, look, they're being hurt, by people not paying rent, and all of the things that everybody else is. But in terms of the municipalities, and I do have a municipal life on some level. I've chaired the zoning board in the town of North Hempstead for 30 years now, and it's a little bit more difficult dealing with the municipalities right now, because they're not doing face-to-face appointments, but they are doing Zoom. In addition to Long Island, I do a ton of work in the city, and the city plan examiners are doing Zoom reviews of your work, which is fantastic. But if you do the right thing and people know you're not a wise guy, and I'm not going to say move to the front of the line or that I get anything I shouldn't get, but I do find we get paid attention to. So from that perspective, it's been not so bad, for us. The toughest thing that I think we're having is that we've got a 50% of the work staff is working from home, and 50%, is in the office. I'm an extremely hands-on guy, as Charles, and I like to sit with my people, and I say I've got a pencil smudge mark that's right here on my hand, because that's what I draw with. And so it's been an interesting time, but I would say, being as my age, there's, I've seen 4 recessions. Recessions are a tough time, but this has not been as bad.
So in the last 60 seconds, what I want to close out with, and you and I have never actually talked about this, but it's something that I'm passionate about and would like to do. It's just the hardest part is getting the numbers to work. And, with the new administration coming in, I'm hoping there'll be some incentives that will allow developers to go more green. So, what have you seen on that front? Are you guys, designing more with green in mind? Are developers coming to you more with green in mind?
Yes. And we've got 4 people who that really truly is their specialty. Here, the thing that I find, though, generally with developer clients is it costs a lot of money to do a green building.
Yeah.
Just even the commissioning of a green building can cost $250,000. So for that reason, it's been a little bit tougher. We will design to the standards, but as to actually commissioning the buildings, we don't see a lot of that at this point.
Yeah. So hopefully there'll be some bonuses, some tax breaks, some grants, something, because that would be awesome. I really want to get into being involved in more green projects and taking developments off the grid. So, Mr. Mammina, you're an absolute gentleman. It's a privilege to work with you. Thank you so much for spending your time. And I will see you tomorrow because we have a big day tomorrow.
That's right. Thanks so much, Charles. You're the best.
All the best. Thank you.